Welcome back, friends. I always come up with the best comeback spot in the shower, months later after the argument. Does that ever happen to you? I think all bags of chips should come with an extra packet of seasoning. Kids think adults have all the freedom, and adults think kids have all the freedom. We no longer fear strangers knocking on our door, as long as they have the food that we ordered. Almost every hand you've shaken once had a male appendage in it. Kids that saved their game multiple times grew up to be adults that locked their car multiple times. The minigun is in fact not mini. Going to bed, you'll feel better in the morning is the human equivalent of, did you turn it off and on again? Does a straw have one hole or two? Nothing is on fire. Fire is on things. Dogs in Japan, no Japanese. When you buy a dash cam, you're betting on other people being at fault in an accident. Normally, we drink from the top of a glass, or bottle or can, but when we use a straw, we drink from the bottom. As a kid, when you have $20, you feel rich, but as an adult, with $100, you feel poor. People have likely had intrusive thoughts of crashing their car into you at one point. When you leave the gym, you are weaker than when you went in. We spend our entire lives trying to fit in, only to realize that true fulfillment comes from standing out. We live our entire lives with our skeletons, but most people will never see them. Humanity is so lucky that ticks bury into our skin only as far as their heads. We're in an era where we're skeptical of ads and immediately think they're all scams. Real life is pay to play. As a kid, my parents taught me not to believe everything I see on TV. Now I have to teach them not to believe everything they see on Facebook. The Olympics should have a for fun section at the end of all the games, so all the athletes can try different sports. Tall people are expected to use their reach to help shorter people, but if all tall people were to ask a short person to hand them something they dropped on the floor, it'd be insulting. Aliens invaded the moon on July 20th, 1969. When you say forward or back, your lips move in those directions. I've woken up over 10,000 times and I'm still not used to it. Tobacco companies unalive their best customers, and condom companies unalive their future customers. Deaf people don't know why farts are funny. Actors pretend to work. People cover their laptop cameras for the fear of hackers, but never their phone cameras. Your alarm sound is technically your theme song, since it plays at the start of every episode. Searching for a new laptop online forces your current computer to dig its grave. Turtles can never have sleepovers because they always sleep at home. Honey is just bee throw up. Fire trucks are actually water trucks. If a morgue worker died, they'd still need to come to work one more time. A different version of you exists in everyone who knows you. If we never talked to strangers, we would never have friends. Larger people have more skin, making them skinnier. You see people every single day that you'll never see again. Biting your tongue while eating is a perfect example of how you can still screw up, even with decades of experience. If you're watching the sunrise, someone on the opposite side of the earth is watching the sunset. Whatever happens inside our bodies happens in pitch black darkness.
I know, it's for the shot.
Depression is like being in an emotional, abusive relationship with your brain. When you're young, we sneak out of our houses to parties. When we're old, we sneak out of parties to go home. People who are allergic to dust are allergic to themselves. Maybe dogs lick us because they know we have bones inside. Christmas feels more like a deadline than a holiday.
I have to pee myself just to make myself feel warmer.
We aren't scared of the dark. We're scared of what's in it. Your first birthday is your second birthday. You can't stand backwards on stairs. If tomatoes are fruit, then ketchup is jam. You never actually seen a whole movie because you're constantly blinking. Your life can't fall apart if it was never really together in the first place. The blinks of your eyes get removed from your memory. When you close both eyes, you see black, but when you close one, you see nothing. Once you have a PhD, every meeting you attend becomes a doctor's appointment. When you're alone in a room, you're the only person who can see what you can. People who are good looking but have terrible personalities are real-life clickbaits. Clapping is just hitting yourself repeatedly because you like something. Someone who says, "I'll be there in 6 minutes," will generally arrive before someone says, "I'll be there in 5 minutes." If everyone blinked in sync, nobody would know that other people blinked. Only one sock goes missing because you wouldn't notice if both did. It is impossible to touch a reflection that is not your own. Pets don't understand that we make mistakes. If we trip over them or accidentally step on them, they think we did it for a reason. The youngest picture of you is also the oldest picture of you. Do not touch must be one of the scariest things to read in Braille. We know more about space than what's deep in the ocean. History classes will only get longer and harder as time goes on. Making a typo in an online argument is the equivalent of voice cracking in a verbal argument. If you drop soap on the floor, is the floor clean or is the soap dirty? If a liar tells you they are they lying or telling you the truth? Is it possible to know everything, or is something always left unknown? What was the first guy to milk a cow trying to do? If a fly loses its wings, is it now called a walk? If you weigh 99 pounds and you eat a pound of nachos, are you 1% nacho? Do clothes in China just say made down the road? What goes through your mind when you shower? Leave a comment and let's share. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Bye!